Beijing Eight Imperial Handicrafts Shop is a serious game based on the traditional crafting skills of the Beijing Eight Imperial Handicrafts. It is a simulation and puzzle game in which the player takes on the role of an apprentice, learning the 8 traditional crafts, earning money for making crafts and managing the shop. We extract each core steps of the 8 Imperial Handicrafts, integrate cultural knowledge of craftsmanship with game element, and allow players to build intangible cultural heritage knowledge through active participation rather than passive textual interpretation. Taking the cloisonné process as an example, we have refined and integrated 108 complex processes into 6 major steps: pattern sketching, mold making, wire welding, coloring, polishing, and gilding. We explore the core techniques of the different processes and transform them into corresponding gameplay. For instance, mold making requires a hammer to strike the softened copper plate. In reality, the key point of this process are the precision of striking force and patience of repeating hammering, which are also reflected in our game levels. The player needs to press the spacebar as the pointer moves, and will be awarded credit according to the area where the pointer lands. The player can only progress to the next level once a specific credit has been achieved. Another example is the wire welding process. This involves welding a thin copper wire with tweezers to create a pattern outline of the design drawing. The key point is being careful and keeping hands steady. In the corresponding game level, the player needs to move the mouse smoothly and glide over the correct pattern without going beyond the boundaries. This game mechanic embodies the fine skill required in the craft of wire welding. We have focused on realism in the design of prop and scenery. Also, we managed to recreate the production context of the 8 Imperial Handicrafts in both physical and functional dimensions. In terms of gameplay implementation, we have departed from realism, following the game's playable design while capturing the core element of the crafting process. Meanwhile, the art design has a traditional Chinese style, especially in user interface and 3D modeling design. The game elements such as visual, music, graphic, and character design present the aesthetic and philosophy of Beijing Eight Imperial Handicrafts. A risk and reward mechanic was added to some of the game levels to enhance the game's playability. For example, we add a gambling stone system in the jade carving level. The player can choose one of 3 stones at different prices. However, sometimes the highest price does not gain the best stone, reflecting the reality. If the player finds a perfect nature jade, the game will skip to the production part and gain crystal praise. However, if the jade has flaws, the player can use a unique Chinese technology, carving the stone through the color distribution of the jade, to create a special handmade craft. This game experience enables the player to learn Chinese traditional culture and knowledge through creating and playing. The money earned from crafting in the game can be used to buy handicraft drawing and pattern designs for other crafts. This trading mode allows players to create more valuable artwork and achieve their business goals. The game goal implies our thought about the education process inspired by a concept, learning about traditional craftsmanship through the procedure actively. In this way, players can improve their self-learning states effectively. The technology of Beijing's 8 Imperial Handicrafts has been endangered through time. All of them are on the list of the Chinese intangible cultural heritage. This game uses digital media technology, enhancing the possibility of learning traditional crafts. As a process and interactive media, it can simulate the key process and special technique of Beijing 8 Imperial Handicrafts through gameplay mechanics. This simulation leads players to experience the charm and wisdom of the Beijing 8 Imperial Handicrafts through the game and reinvigorate the oldest traditional craftsmanship.